So I just got finished watching the video of George Floyd being murdered by the cops in Minnesota. Although my friend advised me not to watch it because it's upsetting and uncomfortable, she said just to read about it. I think it's important to face things that are uncomfortable. Glennon Doyle in her book Untamed says, that place that you cannot stand there. That place where you want to look away, look there. And obviously that video is incredibly upsetting. So that's why I want to get on this and say to you, when I was a little kid, my mom would have us kids, there's 4 of us, watch like the Roots series. And I know that's an old series, so if you don't know about it, you can Google it, but it's about slavery in this country. She had us watch Women of Brewster Place. She had us watch Roots. She would take us to different parts of our town and show us poverty and explain to us injustice and hate. And I can't speak for my siblings, though I know they were moved, and I remember saying to my mom, why? Why do you make me watch this? Why is this something that you want me to know about? I'm just a kid. And she would say, because there's injustice in the world, babe. There's bad things that happen. There's hate. And it's important for me to teach you this. Because we can do something about it. And I would say stuff like, what can I do? I'm just a kid. And I look at this video now and I think, what could I do? I'm just a lady in the island, like taking care of my daughter. But what my dear friend reminded me of today, and what I know to be true always, is that love always wins, is that light needs to be shed on darkness. If you are in a completely pitch black room and you light one match, think about how bright that is. Think about if all of us were being that light, and all of us were sharing the love, and all of us were standing in and looking at injustice and saying, that's not okay. When I was a little kid going to school, my sister and I were the minority at our school, and we would get bullied and beat up and tortured, and it was horrible going to school. And when I would come home, my mom would say, now you know what it feels like to experience racism. And I'm glad for you because you're a blonde white girl with blue eyes, and if this didn't happen to you, you might never have known. And I would be so mad at her for that. And now I am so thankful. And I tell my daughter, when she asks me, why is that happening? Why did this happen? And I have to say, there's bad things that happen in this world, baby. There are bad things that happen. I don't want to say there's bad people. I think that there's wounded people. I think there's uneducated people. I think there's sick people. I think that there's hate taught. And that's the primary point of this message for me, is that my mom taught us to look at hate and say, that's wrong. My mom taught us to get angry at injustice. And we all have a responsibility to teach our children that. That cop in Minnesota, his parents never taught him that. They probably celebrated hate. They probably, and everybody else who's doing all the things that are happening right now, nobody taught them that this is not okay. And think about the trickle effect that could happen if we all taught our kids that there's a better way. The way of light, the way of love, the way of truth, the way of equality for everyone. So if you have a kid, you have a responsibility to teach them that this is wrong. Not just ignore it, not look away, not change the channel, but know and teach them that it's wrong and teach them what is right.